Hello there and welcome back to a brand new video on my YouTube channel. In this video I challenge myself to try and learn the basic things needed to participate in a game jam. Not that you need to acquire special things, but it's always nice to know some basics of every aspect of making a game. The challenge is to see if I can learn the basics needed to participate in Vim Jam 3. This is a game jam organized by Vimblorg in collaborations with 8bits to Infinity. The jam focus is multi-use, which will be a big challenge I believe, and the game jam team will be announced in 10 days. So that gives me enough time to learn the basics, and on top of that the jam lasts for 10 days, so that will be plenty of time. I hope. Also, if you want to prepare for your first jam, this will be a nice example of a starting game dev, so you at home can follow with me if you like. Step 1. Know what you want to learn. Well, this may be obvious, but you best need to make a list of things you want to learn so you don't forget things. It's best that you work organized. It works that way for school, for work, so why wouldn't it work for game development? Normally I use a program called Trello, which is great for knowing what things you still need to complete, but for this game jam, a list of notes will be enough. Step 2.1. Learn gameplay. I came up with the following things you most certainly need in a basic game. A spawning system, enemy AI, player attack, and of course, player movement. Spawners were kinda easy because I used a lot of different techniques in my first game called Out of Time. If you want to try that game, link will be in the description. I didn't know how to make a waste spawner though, but I watched the brackets video and understood like 50% of it, so I was good to go. For the enemy AI, I used a Blackthorn Bros video, which was super helpful, but the patrol enemy didn't work too well for me, but I fixed it with some of my own code. Then came player movements. I already knew how to make 2D top-down movement, but had yet to learn how to make a simple platform controller. So I watched another Blackthorn Bros video on how to do that. Last on movement, I didn't know what I used originally, but I mixed it with a lot of my own code and created a top-down control that slips like a car, or if you're on ice, or in this instance, a spaceship in space. I implemented two different attacks, melee and ranged, and the ranged attack was pretty easy because I made a shoot attack for the spaceship in another game. The melee attack, on the other hand, was a different story. Again, Blackthorn Prot uses difficult code in my opinion to make the melee attack, but I just think there is no easier code to make that. But like always, he explains it good enough for me to understand, so I can use it. Step 2.2. Deluxe. Yep, order animations, because I had never done anything like that before, because in my third game, Out of Time, I used very simple and basic sprites without any animation. With the help of my fellow game developer, Abid Alwasi, I downloaded a sprite. Oh, 20 bucks as sprite free alternatives. And that's how I found this free program called Pixelorama. It hasn't failed me yet, it's easy to use and to understand, plus animations are also very simple. About those sprites, well, some of them turned out great and some of them a little less, but overall, for my first time, they're okay. For the animations, I just made the simplest animation possible, but I think they turned out okay. Step 2.3. Goddamn music. Yes, my worst enemy. That damn sound with the most difficult and strange never used code, all for some stupid sound. But this time, because I had already used the code, I understood the code a bit more, so it went a little easier. I also used old songs because I didn't felt like making new ones. The same goes for the sound effects. Step 3. Finish and check. So I learned and understood all of that. So now I think I'm able to participate in the Vim Jam 3 and create my own game. Of course, there are a lot of things I missed in this list, but or I don't think I need them, or I already know how to do the basics of that thing, like UI elements, the holy particle system, and so many more small things. Step 4, well, realize. So yeah, I made a game with the moving player, with 2 attacks, an enemy spawner, with variations of enemies, with their own AI, and I have a list with more enemy IDs. Plus, I made what I think are okay enough sprites with animations. Plus, I finally kinda understood how sound works. I basically made a game without realizing it. But yeah, I have only 2 rounds, so there isn't much gameplay, and the game needs a whole lot more polish. But I think I will work more on this game after the game jam. So let me know your game ideas or suggestions, no wrong answers. Every feedback is appreciated. Even about this video, if there is something you like or dislike, please let me know in the comments. Feedback is one of the most important methods for me to know where to improve. But with that all said, let me know if you're also planning on participating in the Vim Jam 3. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe to never miss another video. The next one will probably be a first Game Jam experience video. See you then!